We are 70 days to the December polls. Hello and welcome to Election Brief on your election headquarters. I'm Barbara Kumson. On today's edition, two main presidential contenders, Nana Akufo-Addo and John Mahama, hit the campaign trail. We'll bring you details from the Ashanti region and the Bono region. Also today on Voters' Voice, we take you to the Ashaman market, where traders there complain of a huge decline in sales under the Akufo-Addo administration. And over 80 NDC members at Nyan Kumasi in the Adansia Sokwa constituency defect to the NPP. We'll tell you why.
So
we are live on your DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 144 on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Follow Joy News on TV. We stream on myjoyonline.com. On YouTube, we are Joy News TV. Stay tuned in. Thanks for staying with us. Now, with less than 3 months to the December polls, the presidential contenders are wasting no time in capturing as many hearts and minds of the electorate as possible. Let's begin with the NPP's flag bearer, President Akufo-Addo, who has today begun a 3-day tour of the Ashanti region. He is expected to inspect some ongoing One District, One Factory project and cut sword for the construction of roads in some parts of the region. Whilst there, he will also introduce the party's parliamentary candidates as well as outline the policies and programs the party intends to carry out should the Ghanaian people repose their confidence in him in the December polls. A while ago, he called on the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei Tutu II. Love FM's Prince Appiah joins us live from the grounds. Prince, I understand the president has been making some promises on the development of the Ashanti region as he appeals to them to give him a second chance or an extension of his tenure. Tell us about that.
Yes, about a lot of promises. One particular one that is very, very critical is the Wankra Inland Port project that the president indicated that by November, that is going to start, and it's a project that will be completed by the both Korean and Ghanaian contractors. What he's saying is that they are going to inject about $330 million into that project, which is going to be completed. Again, he indicated that they have managed to complete about 774 projects here in the Ashanti region, and about 1,050 more projects are currently ongoing in Ashanti region, and that the people of Ashanti region should use that to vote and retain him in power. And he also presented the parliamentary candidate of the who are going to stand this elections in Ashanti region to the people. He presented them to Otumfuo Asantehene and the second as well. And what he said to Otumfuo, he pleaded with him to bless them and then help them win the election in their various constituencies. And so the chiefs over there, he also spoke to them and pleaded with them to help his parliamentary candidate to win the election. And the people who had come there gathered were all excited because of the number of projects the government said is ongoing in the Ashanti region, 1,050 of them. And currently we are on our way to inspect one of such, which is the Afari, the military hospital, which has been ongoing for quite a number of years now. Previously, we visited the UniJ factory, which is a garment factory at Asopa, and it's part of the One District, One Factory project. Then we went to the Kumasi airport which is undergoing some expansion. The president went there to inspect, and from there we went to Menchia, and we are now going to the Afari Military Hospital. From there, we'll go to another one district, one factory project, which is the Casapreco plant. We are told it's also ongoing. So, and these are some of the things the president is doing in the Ashanti region. So, Araba.
Prince, very finally, we know the Ashanti region is the stronghold, obviously, of the MPP. I suppose there's huge anticipation by the people there as the president, visits the region to appeal to them to extend his tenure. What have they been saying? What are the expectations?
So, right from the airport through the principal street of the region, you see many people standing by the roadside, waving at the president and the convoy, waving at all the people that are following the president. The expectation actually is that the president will continue to continue with the projects that is going, especially with the road. To be more constructions to be done even before the election proper in December 7th. So that is some of the expectations that the people in Ashanti region are looking at.
Thank you very much. That's Prince Appiah with our sister station Love FM in Kumasi. Let's turn our attention on the presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, who has resumed his tour of the Bono region. He will meet with chiefs, farmers, Okada riders, religious and community leaders, among others, and highlight issues in the People's Manifesto, the NDC's 2020 manifesto, which addresses the specific needs of the Bono region. Last Tuesday, Mr. Mahama and his running mate, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, suspended their tours of the Bono and Central regions, respectively, following some challenges with the Electoral Commission's Provisional Voters Register. Upon his arrival in the region, the NDC presidential candidate was welcomed by excited supporters of the party at Kato, near Brekum, in the Brekum East constituency.
Mama catches a kufu adu yeni pebi ani timu eten mama ento abama ne eto abama no nti mama ne buoni kani e meshisha mama o meti yen komo tie yesika nyina ase ye ntimi nya aduma ye nkwa kwan so ye bibi enyenye minyu abama brekum enne mande anopa wa minyu abama we enye yefuniade o eye ni yade bisida akufu adu ankasa pa on challenge no mra next week Omiaba, Pia Ninachi, Pakeso, and I do not be on a dear nephew super high, Chatham. Minua Mama Fat, Mama Fat, Mama Fat.
Now, Mr. Mahama is expected to outline plans to increase the earnings of farmers. He will also touch on setting up a cashew development board to support farmers, a state-sponsored apprenticeship program for the youth, legalizing Okada, and his plan to provide free primary health care, which seeks to remove cost as a barrier to primary health care. Today on Voters' Voice, we take you to the Ashiaman market, where traders complain of a huge decline in sales under the Akufo-Addo administration. They claim business was thriving under the erstwhile Mahama administration. The market women say they will vote for the NDC and John Mahama in the upcoming polls.
Me trying to run about a plow station. I'm a better honey, be a better schedule. They thought I am tongue. And you pay your coin ever for our station hall. We be fabric tintin soup, better station our bread. To comfort to me in Baho. And to me, paddy, I come and pay the same or do from Subra. Yes, the same. Yes, the same. Yes, the same. Maba, minye, mi to adi wa shama market. First year to adi omutoma ye pa. Utumi ko find tosi ba. Aso na di be chidie. Ana di be sande obe to di obenya. Na so se fi aye nto ade. We ko oba unye hwe maye. Obe ka se oba ba be ye bibi maye. Na so oba unye hwe maye. Ye de ade si ye ye ti o sa na ye da. Iti de we na ya ba na ye tu no. Iti mi de fi mi nko ade aka ye sisem mu. Na ye hu ni oba no so ni oba ba be ye ma. Ono so ba na wa nye hwe a. Ono so ye be yi nu. Ti ye sisem. Ti ye sisem afi we ye sisem. Ye sisem mi vote o. Me vote ba fi we mi vote pa me sisemu mi vote ba fi we ma ye mi bibia mi be vote me sisemu ama for nana yes sisem ye koye ni ma na ye koye ti ti sa ba na ye tu no ye pese ve gina one way o ye koye ni ma sem na ma kan ye na kwalo ye pe fufu ye pe dada ye koye nim ye ntade so ma ska so bla krom ye ntade bank na ya tutum no ye pe bia bank bia na obi anya adwuma afanko gu bank na ni sika anya ni sika ntina nado sa ade na ofa ni de ontwamu na ye tu aba no fine ye mani ba fofo ye so ye beto ama no no wa bia bank ni na mai yes some Adiba kuni say mi wanana sis amunyina mu kwasukunti munyina anyim sese ni agumiso enti nana dia media mempe wa mu kwasuku mu trafie sa mu anyim enti mebre wa we na ma bresa enti nana dia no way me sesam wa apampa no pese make it bio da bia mi kwa chima wi anso eto menina mu awie ebo a menina mu nti me pede obeba beboa me na me house nti me sesam ana boa ya pa wa ma ye nyanso free ya ma ko school free obi antuma nana o muntuma nana for nana na eko nana kufu ado na eko muntuma no muntuma papa muntuma no ayam muntuma nana na eko baumia na eko hwan na empa de pa yepe empe before nyina ye ni papa
ushi abrabo na din ye fita for ebra okada ye adwuma kura enko ye oboa obe free to no for more oboa
for more to do more na eko yes same na for more
me pese obia vote ma papa no in fact ni oye no every adwini intiase so ye ma ako school free obia mo vote ma no for more for nana
na beto ama school free water wa dey ama free light pay free anu na beto ama no
yes semu mi na no omunim na muka ye bra free education muka na enya adwuma ye ma no ma betina fi anya bi mo anyinyim ye tunu mam na kasa no wa hwadi me awie o ye bra wa hwadi me wa body bra ye afi de ye sisu na say ye hunya maso nti ye ba sisanu ye tunu afisu your mama was no first no yes enye ekura no enda ekufu adoba ye no wa say ama ye kura ya brabo nya basa enti ye sisu de ye ba sisu mami phone no mo kasa mo sitam ne de o ma ya brewa wie ye no afere ya wo ye ma abekọ school enya free education na abno ba say ya aju ye tiaga ema ye ma enti ye sitam office ma ye ho to ye Life
free now muso mama no. Uko top light no po enye free ni sao. Unsuo ni keke na yenya. Besa light where the water it is enye free kura. Into onja na Muhammad bra na she. Into onsi se Muhammad ba na ya she.
You're still here on Election Brief with me, Araba Kumsa. Now, if you're a first-time voter, what will influence your vote for either the NDC or the MPP? Let's go to the OT region where correspondent Peter Senu has been interacting with some first-time voters.
Will you come out to vote December 7th?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So all of us are voting?
Yes, sir.
You too?
Yeah, I'm really voting.
Mary?
Vote.
You vote?
Yeah, vote, sure. Yes, vote.
Now, the bigger question is, what will influence your decision to come out to vote on December 7th? What policies are of interest to you in Ghana? Let's take it from you.
As for me, here lies the case. I'm a student. Oh, I will vote because of the free education. Because the free education is helping. So I have to vote for the free education to move on.
I'll vote for the previous government to come back and continue their good work because we've seen it not to be like, yeah, that's it. I want them to come back because according to the manifesto, the legalization of the Okada and many more, let me say many more. Because
okay, you have just mentioned the legalization of the Okada. What specific interest is of that to you? What will you say is unique about the legalization of the Okada to you?
You know, let me say there's no work. If you are not to any level of education, you won't be picked to work. So I think the Okada will give us some petty monies to like do what you want to do. So I think it's good if the previous government is back.
I can say that NDC manifesto is very, very interesting.
What is interesting about the NDC manifesto?
The NDC government has already implemented that their free education will also be coming up. And I can see that they can implement it. And it's a good idea he has brought up.
The free education, the one district, one dam, everything about MPP, I like it. And to add up to what my brother is saying, he just completed SHS, so he wants to move on. That's why we vote for NDC. And if we didn't bring the free SHS, will you be able to finish that one? So what we started, don't say you will come and end it. We started it. And if it's good, we now will end it. The MPP government are trying everything possible to make sure that they will fulfill their promises. And then looking at the past government, you see when you don't do some things right, and then you go out of power, and then you want to come back, your manifesto should be like something scary or something that when someone hears, no, this man is coming back to do something better. But if you tell me that you legalize Okada, it's still going on. Even if you don't legalize it, it is still going on.
But it is illegal.
It is illegal. And see the accident it is causing.
But they said they will legalize and regulate.
So that means they will create their own ways, or will they let them ride on the same motorway?
Well, we will leave that to them when they come to power. Maybe we'll see how they implement it.
We can't leave that to them, that they should come to power, and then when we are dying, now they should think of that before even trying to say that, okay, these are the rules and regulations, so we'll pass here and do this. Okay, we'll find a way for them.
What do you think is wrong with that policy? What do you think is wrong with it?
Everything is wrong.
I'll really go out on the 7th December to vote for His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo because I'm really enjoying the free education and I'm informed too. My junior sisters all are also enjoying it. Although they have also doing our network roads, such as the Eastern Corridor roads. And very soon we'll be enjoying the new factory as the ginger factory. But
do we have a ginger factory in KJV?
But actually, they are still implementing to bring it.
We vote Mama Hama. Yenti me vote and say on samba back because ye jumana nko ye enko suye na yesu pese ye jumana so yenye juma bia ye ntina na yesu ye me pese me vote na ono so nye de on back.
All is about the free education. I've been in school since 2015. Yeah, but my junior sisters are in SS now because of the free education. I'm fully support of MPP. That's the reason.
I may say because of the free education. Although I completed my education last year, I'm not among the free education, but because of the other people, some people they don't have financial problems and things. So maybe the free education will help them.
Now to Nyan Kumasi, where over 80 NDC members in their Dansia Sokwa constituency have announced their defection to the New Patriotic Party. Leaders of the group, Ama Ohenewa and Moses Asamoah, cited neglect by the NDC as reason for their action. They spoke to Adam News's Isaac Nomanyo.
Yensi ama yeda NDC ni sem yedi NDC echira che yenya hwe yemfiri mu ye wo nkuremu nketewa mu ye ka kwan kura nye sa wo ka obi mpo ne ye pekade na akwa anajo a yenya bi gise moto ebi ode ne kwakura na ode na akobọ ho eti ne ha yen networking so ye ni bi esansa ne ma ne ntini ya transfer yen hu se yedi sa ade na ti acha amoa yen
adanse nyankoma se ye bi na frɛ yen ba MPP yen kasa ne ade yen hu siwo ehun se ya ka ti wo mpuntu dumam o hwe pro na population kura ye ko be 2000 but bibia ankoso okro no mu esane se ye ndisi fonti ya to abia ndisi anwini efiri wa ba na MPP anwini sa na trend dia ye dia chi 92 ye hunu se amoyen.
Now, National Chairman of the MPP, Freddie Blay, says complacency is the MPP's biggest threat in the upcoming general elections. According to him, the track record of the party in the last 4 years put them ahead of the biggest opposition party, the National Democratic Congress, but they will have to continue to impress on the electorate to show up on December 7th to vote for Nana Akufo-Addo. He spoke at the launch of the party's campaign in the Ashanti region. Love FM's Nana Yaljima has more.
The launch, well attended by both party members and government officials, was to outdoor the NPP's parliamentary candidates and its campaign members. Party chairman, Mr. Blay, who senses the tendency of voter apathy, charges party members to improve their door-to-door campaigns. He believes their opponents may capitalize on every mistake made within the period.
Don't be complacent. Don't take things for granted. My main problem now is that there are many of us who are thinking that the NDC4, they are prepared, they are fighting and doing everything possible to make sure that we don't get what the good work we are doing, we don't get voted in 7th December to continue. And therefore, let's all be determined. Apart from the hula baloo, apart from the jamboree, apart from the heaviness, and we are dressed all over, the work is still to be done.
The New Patriotic Party is targeting 1.5 million votes difference between their presidential candidate, Nana Akufo-Addo, and the opposition NDC. This is 500,000 more than what they obtained in the previous elections. Deputy National Campaign Coordinator, Lord Comey, explains how target could be achieved.
So make no mistake to take anybody for granted. Even our own party foot soldiers. And that is why it's important that every soul should be touched. We have a message, and that message is what we give to the good people of Ghana. 2016, it was a 1 million difference. The campaign had targeted a 1.5 million difference.
The party has targeted winning all 3 seats in the Ashanti region, which have eluded the party as part of its Agenda 4747. The seats include Edua-Seche Dumase, Asawase and Seche Afram Plains constituencies. Regional Chairman Bernard Enchibo-Siako explains per statistics, the party can achieve the objective with hard work in the areas.
Register, sir, registration 2020 year, no. I have baby, I'm winning. I have 2016, no.
In Asawase, we lost by 6,000 votes in 2016. With the latest register, the numbers in the polling stations the NDC won have reduced drastically by at least 17,000, and ours have appreciated. This is why I call the election an election of science and data. This situation is same in other constituencies we are seeking to win. For Joy News, Nana Ojima reporting.
And that's how we draw the curtain on today's edition of Election Brief here on your election headquarters. Remember to join the same time tomorrow and for the rest of the week. I'm Arbor Kumson. Have a good afternoon.